Oh no!
No!
Ring! I want that title on my goddamn shoulder.
And welcome to part 3, guys. I'm sorry that I'm gonna eat, but I'm hungry because this is a long event.
Hey, right there with you.
Yeah.
Got a full thing of Chinese.
See the Intergeekdom champion Rachel the Crusher Cushing. She will put
It's
that
burning my
title on the
lap,
line,
but it's worth it.
and it will be against. That's right, the Smasher, Kevin Smets or Mike Kalinowski, who
Well, now we know. Now,
2 matches away from a championship belt. I'll make sure Kalinowski lives up to his name KO when I knock him out.
You got this new breed that's come on up here, and they're bringing their A game. But they're just beginning, and Kalinowski's going to be the one taking on Rachel and San Diego.
You're a bump in the road, Mike Tyler.
Comic-Con is the next defense.
It's occurred to me, we now know who won this match. So,
If he wants to lose,
watch part 2 for the result of that.
bring it.
July 20th, Saturday. You can get tickets right now at the Schmoedownlive.com.
Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con just got very, very interesting.
it already was. Regardless of who won the #1 contender match. So now we have the #1 contender singles match
This is the
first.
big Season 6 preview.
And
So
while
Yes, we do.
Article about
and I
the
think
Schmoedown
we're all
rookie
in agreement
singles
that
division.
while
And,
Liz Shane Miller has been
Shannon Miller.
incredible
So remember last year?
Yeah.
in
I
her,
said,
in
watch
her
out for
streak
Ethan
so far,
Irwin, remember the name.
she's not ready.
Okay, 2 names I want you to remember now.
Now there's
Liz
Pablo Oyama
Shannon
is.
Miller
there's
is
one
of
big
those
difference.
names
Paul has been in
recommended
this spot
by
several
Ethan's
times.
wife and said she knows
Paul
more
has
than
been
Ethan.
in
Oh, wait.
#1
And the other
contender.
one, David Del Rio. Those are my
We
2
should
names.
stop talking
New
about this.
faces.
This is actually the
The
promo.
concept excites me. 2 new
We already know
names to the movie trivia Schmoedown.
I didn't realize it
Liz
until just now.
Shannon Miller. Liz could be the next Ethan Irwin.
She's got to be somebody to look out for.
Hit by a vehicle?
And your winner,
Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
So much hype about you. Like, they're saying you could be the next Ethan.
You get that first victory. Who knows where you go from here? Is it Diamond Dave Del Rio that she faces?
and your winner,
Got my feet wet, and now I know what to expect in the future with other MVPs. I'm here to play. I just want to play.
Each competitor right now, Roxy, 1-0.
Bridges.
And your winner,
I don't know. Patton?
and your winner.
You just took down one of the biggest players in the game.
Really knows she earned this victory today and has earned that big match at the Collision on June 27th.
look, Luna, we know you're excited.
Primetime Oyama is coming in from the fan leagues, follows in chance. He's our second competitor that I plucked from the fan leagues. He's confident, he's cocky, he believes that he'll be champion within his first 4 matches.
Wow.
And your winner, primetime Paul Oyama.
People were questioning how I would play in this league, and
Sure.
he's too young and blah blah blah. I wasn't too young to answer those questions, and I'm not too young to steamroll through whoever's next.
I don't know what we're going to see from Paul. I don't know. Prime time, though, it should let you know that he thinks a lot of himself.
We have 2 new forces to be reckoned with in the singles league. Do you see him pulling off an upset according to the rankings against Makuga here today?
I'll say Gene Hackman.
And your winner, Paul Oyama.
Hey, Chance, the mute Ellison, can you just please do your job?
Chance?
Everything you are in this league is because of me.
Couldn't give a shit about nothing. Give me a call.
Why did you join them?
They're winners. Have you seen Smets?
Chance thought that he was coming in. He's the shining star. He's the only one. And then it hits him. Guess what? There might be somebody bigger and better than you. Wow, this is anybody's game still.
Nothing.
And your winner.
Sorry, Chance.
I'm undefeated.
Good luck at Collision.
We don't need luck. In the dungeon, we breed champions. We know how to win. We know how to smash, and it's on.
It's really just about not trying to think about having a perfect record, just trying to think about keeping forward. Hopefully, he remembers movies that were made before he was born.
I steamrolled Chance. I'm gonna steamroll you. You're the one person in my way
I
of
don't
that
think you
title.
should worry about that,
Daniel's waiting,
Paul.
and I'm coming.
Yes, he is only 20 years old.
And we're
but
back
he knows so
once
much.
again here. And look, before we get into this big singles #1 contender match, just a reminder, everybody, if you're watching the live stream now, obviously, keep that hashtag going of the Schmoedown Collision 3. Hashtag this one, Oyama versus Miller. And keep on the conversation. And just let everyone know that this stream will be available until Tuesday, 11 a.m. PST. Patrons will not be getting a match this Monday, but all patrons will be getting a match on the entire event on Tuesday.
One big vid.
This whole big vid
One
on
big vid.
Tuesday, and then this will air to the public on Friday. But the post show will be directly after this goes off the air, after the main event. So make sure you check that out to get the interviews with the winners. But we are now up to the #1 contender spot. And like we said, the dungeon has had a rough go so far in the collision.
0 for 2.
But could the golden boy,
fair,
Oyama,
everything's
Paul
loose
Oyama,
because they
primetime
had
Paul Oyama, who
three,
also came from the
three
fan
matches of,
leagues, and everyone thought that Chance Ellison would be the main player, the one that broke through from the fan leagues and became the champion, and Oyama was said, no, wait a minute. I'm the guy.
I can wear even darker sunglasses than you, Chance.
I'm the guy, and they battled each other, and it was a phenomenal fight. They played their hearts out, and Oyama was the one who came out 3-0, and now he plays against Lightning Liz Miller, who was touted to be a great movie trivia mind by former champion Ethan Irwin, and she has proven just that. She has beaten David Del Rio. She also beat JTE. She beat Demi in her first match. She is also on a roll. So no matter who wins this, we're getting a 4-0 rookie to play against the champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell.
Yeah, you talk about Season 6
Are they
being
up
the
for
magic
that
season. I think
challenge?
one of the most magical elements so far has been the rookies that we have had
We'll
come
see
into
today.
the league in Season 6. I mean, some of the best rookie performances we've ever seen in the history of this great game, that which dates all the way back to the 1940s. Liz Shannon Miller coming on the scene, and then you have Paul Oyama. So these are two of the young stars, not just of today, but of tomorrow. And like Christian said, one of them is going to take a huge step forward. The other one is going to get that first loss. And that L column, once that gets checked once, you really test the player's mettle. How are you going to bounce back?
It's true, and I'll tell you right now, the dungeon needs a win. This is going to be their third straight loss. If they don't pull it off here, too, can Oyama do it? But Miller is – she also wants to get – it's funny because not to a place to where it's like a Roca Merle situation, but Merle was the one who took the title away from her friend, Ethan Irwin. So there might be some kind of, a fun redemption story for Liz if she can get to that title match to play Dan Murrell. Either one of these competitors will be a great challenge for the champion, and we're going to find out. Here is the tail of the tape, Mark. Let's start off with Liz Shannon Miller.
What are we looking at?
Liz Shannon Miller, you've got classics. You have 80s or 90s movies, and she also has a fantastic hat. I like that hat.
A great variety of hats.
Yeah.
Big walk-in closet full of hats.
She does.
Like Lando's cape room.
Primetime Paul Oyama, classics. Anything from the 90s and up, I guess, is one of his strengths too.
Are those classics?
Yeah. Well, no, classics and then.
Oh, and then the 90s up.
And then,
but 2000s, he hits a skid.
Yeah. And I don't want to say this out loud because the kids are watching, but one of a good
Don't
skill.
do it.
Being a dick. It's one of his skills.
Don't be a D, kid.
Don't be one of those. All right, so that's it. Mark, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm booking Ken. Do you know if Ken wants a non-smoking suite?
I believe that's exactly what he would like. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
The crowd has not lost anything off their fastball.
Introducing first, with a record of 3 wins, no defeats, and 1 knockout. She is Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
Here comes Liz.
There's Liz. She's
She
ready
is
to play.
right to the table.
Just wants to play some trivia, get it done, get herself to that title match.
I can see myself on the screen.
All right.
She is ready to go.
Liz Shannon, but when you have to scream 3 names into the mic, you deserve a sip of water.
Thank you so much.
Ha.
And her opponent, representing the dungeon, led to the ring by his manager, Kaiser, with a record of 3 wins, no defeats, and 1 knockout. Primetime, Paul Oyama. Out the gate, right at the top.
There he is.
Kaiser still has pep, and there's
Again,
Spence.
with the entire.
Spence has rebounded.
We got one more. One One more, and Oyama, this is it. Can they didn't get a chance to get to that IG title. Can they get to the singles title? Paul Oyama shaking the hand of Lightning Liz, and they are ready to play here, Mark.
You call it Collision 3, I call it the Kaiser Variety Hour. He's been appearing on stage. And now we move on to this singles matchup in which the competitors will be faced with 3 rounds of movie trivia know-how. In round number 1, you're going to hear 8 questions. These are questions asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, please use about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your respective camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor you have 3 usages of the JTE rule. If you need to hear a question again, you want to repeat it, or you just want to buy yourself
I've done
15 more
0
seconds
for
to
2
answer
so
the
far.
question, use the JTE rule. Each competitor also has 1 challenge to be used at any time throughout the 3 rounds. Matt Christian, do you understand the rules, or were you sleeping?
Well, because Drew was your second, I will actually. I'll say. I'll give you that one.
And
you have
Liz
5 people
Miller,
you can choose from.
I have no clever catchphrase, but let's do it.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. I think we just found it.
Yeah, I have no catchphrase.
I think we just found it. I don't have a catchphrase.
I would buy that bumper sticker.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Starting with question number 1 is action and adventure. Which film in the Fast and Furious franchise introduced Agent Luke Hobbs as played by Dwayne Johnson?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is like the one Fast and Furious question I can answer.
No, we don't have.
Not anymore. If I knew you were going to set me up for it.
I say it for Schwarzenegger.
5.
I think I'm remembering this correctly.
3. No, I did it. 2. You weren't paying attention. 1. Pens down and
Wait.
Fast
Wait.
5.
Fast 5.
Liz?
Fast 5. Okay, Fast 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Oyama goes up here 1-0. All
right.
Next question.
Move on to the world of directors. And your question is, who directed the 2018 film A Simple Favor? I'm going to guess the favor wasn't as simple as they initially thought.
I don't like that joke.
My marker, it's not working again.
4, 3, 2, 1. Liz.
Paul Feig.
I have Paul Feig written down, but
Correct. And
Yeah, I
Incredible
see it.
first name, Paul Feig.
yes, that is correct. All right.
It is a good name.
Next question. Next question. Dramas. Who played British Lieutenant T.E. Lawrence in David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia?
Nope.
Boy, talk about it.
yeah, no. Nope.
Dennis Zen's favorite.
Classics. I know the classics. These competitors do, but I don't.
5, 4, 3, 2.
What can I say? I
1.
appreciate
Paul
cinema.
Oyama.
I'm never
Peter
going back
O'Toole.
to that desert. Peter O'Toole.
Yes, Liz Schmoedown.
Shoot.
Oh, and Alec Guinness.
Oh.
Not Sir Alec Guinness, although we're
Okay.
big fans of him around these
Paul
parts.
going up 3-1 here. Okay, next one.
All right, move on to comic book movies.
Come on.
Movies based on comic books. Your question. What does Captain Marvel crash into while arriving on Earth after escaping the Skrulls?
There are 2 people who are really
Just
pissed
such
off
a
by
nice
this.
calm down after an interview.
Mike Hanley and Rosario Montenegro.
And 5,
Mr. DVD
4,
and Mr. VHS?
2, 1. Liz.
Blockbuster
It
Video.
is.
Yes, it is. Paul.
Blockbuster Video.
Video.
What a
Correct.
difference.
4-2.
Blockbuster Video.
4-2.
They
All
will
right.
guarantee that your new release is in stock.
Good
Thank you to all the good people working at Blockbuster Video. I'll see you later on tonight.
Hate to tell you the truth. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi is the next one.
Do it.
What 2016 fantasy film takes place in Azeroth, a realm of humans and orcs?
God, you know, when these humans
Thank you,
and these
South
orcs
Park,
get together,
that I know
It's a
this.
ruckus.
it's just a
It's
disaster.
a pure ruckus.
Yeah.
5,
Sure.
4,
Make love,
3,
not
2, 1. Prime time.
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Yes.
Warcraft World War.
Oh, it's just,
Oh,
it's just
no, but it's
Warcraft.
not World of
No,
Warcraft.
can't be
Yep.
World of Warcraft.
It's just
Yeah.
Warcraft,
She wrote
bro.
too much.
Yes. 5-2. 5-2.
5-2, and then we move on to your next category. This is in the world of comedies.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, he did.
Your question.
Oh. Damn.
Jesus,
Which
babes.
actor who played a Star Trek ship captain narrated the 2012 comedy Ted?
Oh.
Yama looks determined.
Have you ever checked to see if his sunglasses have the answer?
Mirrors in the back.
Yeah,
Three.
that's how I would see it.
Two. One. Hands down, Liz.
That's
Patrick Stewart.
And Paul.
Nice.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
Oh!
Wow. So there goes the perfect game. And Liz starts to crawl back here. Only 2 down now. That was a big miss by Oyama. Here's the next question. Horror/thriller is the next question.
Why did I get this one?
Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien parasite in what 2006 film directed by James Gunn?
Feels like we have a match now.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, that's your first one.
Yeah, thank you.
Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien
hope this is
parasite
it. I
in
hope
what
this is it.
2006
Snake
film
does.
directed by James Gunn?
Hey, when did we stop
thank
calling
you.
him Jete and just go into JT?
We did.
Which one came first?
James Gunn's filmography.
Juan Harris does. The professor.
That's what Snake
I like
does.
his brother.
Nico.
4, 3.
I'm
2,
thinking.
Omar repeat the question?
The title's not
and
coming to me.
Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien parasite in what 2006 film directed by James Gunn?
Okay, Fillion Banks versus the parasite.
The name is not coming to me.
Parasite all day long.
5, 4,
Even with that hint.
3, 2, 1. Paul?
Slither.
Liz?
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
Oh! JT rules didn't
I
pay
did.
off.
I didn't think it was.
All right,
I
it is
didn't think it was a one-word
6-3
title.
as we move into the last category in
Two repeats
round
on the
number
question that's
1,
beginning of the
category
first
8, and this is the world of animated movies or drawn movies.
Probably, unfortunately.
Your question. What is the name of the leader of the Sharks that brings Marlin and Dory to the Fish Are Friends, Not Food meeting in Finding Nemo?
Hello.
Having a pretty solid game. Miller
And funny,
It's 5 points on a general movie trivia.
and funny enough, this very shark is going to be getting a little makeover to make his appearance at the Academy Museum in 2020.
2, 1. We start with Liz.
Bruce.
Bruce?
It is. And Paul?
Bruce the Shock.
There you go. There's Bruce.
That was good good play
5
there by
points.
Liz. She only finds herself down 3 points here as we get into round number 2. That's
You're
the wheel
outscoring
round. Paul
Liz,
Oyama
by
having
the
a
way.
strong round like he has been doing.
I'm
in previous
aware.
matches here. He's got 7 points.
Crazy.
But again, Liz only is down by 3. We've seen many competitors come back from a
Wait,
3-point
that was the
deficit,
round?
especially with round
Yeah.
number 2. How's that go?
Yep.
That's why we call it the Wheel of Fate, Doom, and Justice. You're going to look at that wheel. You're going to see 10 different categories of
usually do
movie
that
trivia,
all.
Schmoedown, know-how, as
Especially
well as
in the
very
number one
competitive
contender
threads,
match.
opponent's choice, and the fan favorite spinner's choice. Each category is going to contain 4 questions. Each question is
How do
worth
you like
2
them
points.
apples, Paul?
There's no penalty for missing a question. However, there is stealing available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1.
All right,
All right,
so
Chris.
Liz has 1 JTE rule left and 1 challenge, and Paul has all 3 of his JTE rules and 1 challenge. Paul Oyama is in the lead by 3 points. Paul, would you like to go first or defer?
Go for it.
You're going to have Liz go. Liz, please spin from the wheel and not the
And we
pedals.
have another
Here
defer.
comes Liz Shannon Miller with her spin.
Big spin from
This
Liz.
is a drinking game
Big
for
spin
this
from Liz.
collision.
We've seen
Every
this so
time
many
someone
times you go in round
defers,
number 2 with
drink.
the lead, but the way that wheel turns is a mystery.
Well, that's the question.
The
she's
manager
had
will
tremendous
try to
luck in
get
her
you
first
alcohol
3
poisoning,
to
though.
She's got categories that she definitely knows very well, and I believe she's aiming.
Not going to be able to lay out a spinner's choice here, but it could be comedies.
Comedy.
Comedy, ha ha
I'm
ha.
going to go with comedies.
Go with comedies.
All right.
Go with the yucks.
Liz is going with comedy. And here we go, Liz. You're going to get 4
I would
questions
never go with
in
comedy.
All right.
Either, because it's just way too broad.
In Sorry to Bother You, who plays Cash's uncle, Sergio Green?
Danny Glover.
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Danny Glover, B, Terry Crews, C, Cedric the Entertainer, or D, Forrest Whitaker?
Terry Crews.
For 1 point.
Oh.
Okay.
Very funny in commercial.
No,
Question
that's right,
2.
That's right.
What comedy duo plays, what comedy duo play the Wedding Crasher duo of Jeremy and John in 2005's Wedding Crashers?
Vince Vaughn
and
and
Vince
Owen
Vaughn.
Wilson.
Yes, it is. 2 points.
Gotta have a soft one there.
Question 3. Who plays Martin Lawrence's undercover partner John in 2000's Big Mama's House?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Eddie Griffin, B. Terrence Howard.
No.
C. Steve Zahn. D. Paul Giamatti.
That sounds right.
Paul Giamatti.
It's incorrect. For this, you
Paul
either have
Giamatti.
A. Eddie Griffin, B. Terrence Howard, C. Steve Zahn, D. Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti.
For 1 point, that's correct.
Big Mommy's House, very funny movie.
I was thinking, I remember
Mark, one of the
this.
best
No, my
sitcoms of the
Paul's
90s.
All right. All right, Liz, here's your last question.
Paul.
How many? What is that? How many Heather characters were there? Malevolent? What's that?
There you go.
Malevolent. You
Malevolent.
What is it?
Big word.
I can't
$10
get it.
word.
How many malevolent Heather characters were there in the black comedy Heathers?
I need
Three?
clarification on
That's
that
fine.
question.
How many?
How many characters were named Heather?
Yep.
3.
That's correct.
Thanks.
All right.
Piece
All
of
right, well
cake.
done.
All right. So,
Big answer for her, too.
4 questions. That was 4.
Yep.
So now we get to Paul Oyama, who finds himself down a point as he goes to spin the wheel.
Just 1
He is
point,
going
though.
to either please spin for the wheel, not the pay.
Here
And there's
comes
Kaiser.
prime time, and oh, what a shocker. Kaiser lurking around the wheel.
Kaiser again, yeah.
There's the spin.
I guess Kaz is the new Gagnino.
You're cheering him on.
There's almost like a buoy out there.
Yeah, Kaiser looking at the wheel like it owes him money.
Uh-oh. No, it's going to go past.
Oh, no.
All right, so he is going to be maybe looking at drama.
Nope,
Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Oh, sorry.
All
What
right.
are you going to do?
This is
Spin
to
again.
answer questions based on her.
Spin
not-
again. It's just wish
He's
filmography.
going to spin it again.
Here's this hot shot kid.
Doubt they beat that
He
many.
really knows, I got to tell you, though, at 22 or whatever he is, he really knows how to
Maybe
play the
just
game
one.
very well.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see
Thinks
that.
his way
SpongeBob
around
Square-
the match.
SquarePants
You don't
movie
see that
question
often.
would be
He
good.
knows the
but-
game very well. He's been watching the Schmoedown for a long time. He knows how to play the game. It's been impressive to watch what he's doing.
He's going to go past spinner's choice here, and he might end up on one of the greatest actors of all time.
Russell.
He does.
Russell.
Kurt Russell.
I guess they're happy about it.
Well, Kaiser's
Oh,
happy.
Kaiser's
but Kaiser's
happy.
not answering the questions.
All right.
Oh, but I think he knows
All right,
that
Kurt
Paul
Russell.
knows.
Kurt Russell.
All right, Paul, I'll be asking you your questions about American treasure, hell, worldwide treasure, and great wine taster, Kurt Russell. Your first question. What 1980s Disney animated film stars the voice talents of Kurt Russell and Mickey Rooney?
The Fox
The
and the
Fox and the Hound.
2 points. 2
Nice.
points.
There's
All right,
that
your next
smug arrogance that won the Phantom
Kurt
title.
Russell starred with Mel Gibson and Michelle Pfeiffer in what 1988 crime thriller?
Maybe Robert Towne's Tequila Sunrise.
Wow.
It is Tequila Sunrise. That is the answer.
Guys,
All right. Next question.
if there's
What was the name
ever
of the boat
anyone,
in Captain Ron?
no,
Nope.
I'm going to go multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, The Wanderer, B, Venture, C, The Surprise, or D, Ocean Runner?
I have no clue.
The Wanderer?
He wandered into a point.
1 more point.
Wow, good guess. Woo.
All right, your next question. The last one in Kurt Russell's lineage for today. In what Western does Kurt Russell play Sheriff Franklin Hunt?
Bone Tomahawk.
2 more points.
Nice.
That's impressive.
Paul Oyama,
Wow.
very impressive knowledge.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. Finds himself now. It's 15-9 as we get into round number 3. That was a very impressive round by Paul Oyama.
His round was as impressive as Kurt Russell's hair is.
Yeah, so now we find ourselves here with Oyama with 15,
His hair's
Miller
not that
with 9.
impressive.
She's going to have to fight
Yodi,
here
on the
to
other
stay
hand.
in the
Oof.
game as we get to round number 3. How's that go?
Round number 3
That hair,
Kurt
though.
Russell's hair is still.
works like
Oh, it's
this.
great. Don't get me
In
wrong.
round number 3, you each give us a series of numbers. These can range from 1 to 20. We need 3 numbers from each competitor. Those numbers correspond to a different category of movie trivia, Schmoedown,
Actually,
know-how.
also
The first
Henry
question here is
Cavill.
worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3
That
points.
man's
And
got
your last
great
one,
hair.
should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. We need numbers from each competitor, but because Paul Oyama currently enjoys a 15-9 advantage, we're going to get your 3 numbers first. Mr. Primetime, what would you like?
8, 17, and 12.
8, 17, and 12 for
They're
Paul
all
Oyama.
available.
And Liz?
14, 15, and 16.
14, 15, and 16 from Lightning Liz. Liz, you're going to start here first. Try to avoid the TKO here as we get to question number, your 2-pointer, which is number from 14, and that would be musicals. Musicals.
Okay.
Okay, Liz. In West Side Story, Maria's brother Bernardo is the leader of which gang?
The Sharks.
It's not Paul Oyama's nickname, but that is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Tried to sell it.
Tried to. All right, so Liz is still in the game here as she
Failed.
gets to now her 3-pointer. Number 15, crime films. Crime films. Okay. All right. In Heat, name the actor who was gunned down in the street by Al Pacino after trying to use a little girl as a human shield.
Val Kilmer.
Looking for Tom Sizemore.
Yeah,
Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore.
All right.
Needs to hit it.
So Liz has to hit her 5-pointer here. If she hits it, it bounces back to Paul. However, if she misses, primetime Paul Oyama will be the new #1 contender and will face Dan Murrell for the championship. Liz chose category 16. That's new releases. New releases. Here we go. 5-pointer. Which Parks and Rec alumni voices Donna Lou Who, Cindy's overworked single mother in 2018's The Grinch?
Was that Tina Fey?
For 5 points.
Wow.
All right, so she keeps herself alive. She avoids the TKO. And now Paul Oyama has 3 opportunities to make himself the #1 contender. He just needs to hit 1 out of the 3. Mark, he chose number 8.
That's right. And the Sharks, first category.
No.
Excuse me. The Primetime Sharks, first category. Number 8 corresponds to the world of the 2000s.
Alice, stop trying to make fetch happen.
2009. And that's worth 2 points. And in this particular scenario, the win for you, Mr. Rubio. Your question. Richard Kelly directed Jake Gyllenhaal in what 2000s thriller?
Donnie Darko.
Danny boy, you better be ready. Donnie Darko.
Okay.
Oyama is the #1 contender, but what a battle by Liz. Shannon Miller coming back there, and now she is, again, she is 3-1. We'll probably see her in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt, somebody to
and this
pose
is now
possibly
the
a
second
threat
collision
in the
where there was a
playoff
#1
format
contender
that we have
match, and the
ultimate
winner would
Schmoedown.
face
And when you
Dan
look at
Murrell
Paul
for the
Oyama, I
belt.
like what I saw from the post game just there because you see how excited everybody is, and the dungeon gets
I
it
didn't
done.
know what
The
happened
crowd was
last
very
time.
pumped up. He also goes up to Liz Shannon Miller, congratulates her on a game well played. I like that. You can still be intimidating and have just a speck of class.
Well, I
People
think
are gonna
that was the
forget
thing. He's
that
got the fire in his belly. You can definitely see it from the skip.
Merle
There's
then
no doubt about it.
is not the same as Merle
he
now.
Said Dan better be ready. He wants Dan Merle.
Sorry.
When he said Danny Boy, I thought he was answering Donnie Darko incorrectly.
He's talking about Dan Merle. He's talking about once again the argument. I wouldn't even say arguably the best player we've ever seen in this game.
He's on the Mount Rushmore.
He's the best.
Right next to
And
3 of me.
He's 12-4. He has 8 knockouts. I'm sorry, Sam. You retired with the belt.
Was there something happening off camera?
Yeah, but again, Dan Murrell right now, 3rd title reign. He's going to try to defend it for a 2nd time now, and it'll be against primetime Paul Oyama, who can do something that in singles I don't believe has ever happened. A rookie going undefeated to win the championship. We know that Ethan won the title as a rookie. We know that Mara Kanopik won the Inner Geekdom as a rookie going undefeated. But primetime Paul Oyama has a shot to be the youngest champion of all time by a long margin. And now we're going to talk to Jen Sturger first, who is with Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
Liz, you're obviously shaken up after that. Do you think playing under the lights affected you today?
No, I mean, I've been playing under the lights before, and I think honestly, like, I guess I should have brought 3 of my best friends to help me out and hang out with me on the set. That would have been fun.
Hopefully they're better company.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I think it was he's a really great competitor. He knew his shit. Stuff.
We just talked about this, Liz. Watch your language.
He really knows his
Live
stuff.
on camera.
He's very
Watch your
very
fucking
cool,
mouth.
very
It's a
calm, very
fucking
collected. I
family
respect
show.
the hell out of him.
Which is more than most of us do. But you've done such a great job since you've come into this league. I think this rookie class has proven themselves to be incredibly dominant. Obviously, you're 3-1 now, but you're going to be in the singles tournament. Are we looking forward to that now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've, learned a lot from playing so far, and hopefully we'll just take that forward.
I love your optimism. Liz, shake this off. We're going to see you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Liz Shannon Miller showing exactly what she's been showing since the moment she walked into this league.
Crowd favorite.
She's a crowd favorite. She's very knowledgeable. She's just a class act all the way around, and we're happy to have her in the league, and we're going to be happy to see her in the tournament, obviously. But now, finally, the Dungeons got themselves a win. They're feeling good. They got a little more pep in their step, and they've got their golden boy with them right now. It is primetime Paul Oyama, undefeated, 4-0, going up against the champ, Dan Merle. Let's hear from Jen.
Kaiser, I see you feel like a little redeemed now.
Well, Primetime's record speaks for itself. He took out the kid, who I even have trouble hating. He took out, who else did you take out? You took out Baby Cobra. You took out Lightning Louise just now. Let me tell you something. Merle better watch his back, because I know that kid's a legend. But, that old farmer better get ready. I know he's got a strong work ethic. He's up at 5 milking cows before his matches, whatever he's got to do. But when he faces prime time, he better get ready, because this kid is ready to roll, and I'm ready to take him out.
And I just learned that Dan Merle has a farm. So obviously you're 4-0 now. If you're facing Dan next. When you face Dan, you have the potential to be 5-0 and the first singles champion, the youngest singles champion at that since Mara. How are you feeling about this?
Ready. I'm going to come to that match prepared, as I always do, and I hope that Dan does too. Talk a lot of trash about lots of people in this league, but Dan is someone that I respect and someone that I want to beat very badly, and we're going to make it happen.
Are you intimidated at all facing the GOAT? I mean, he is the GOAT. Sorry, Sam.
Being intimidated gets you nowhere. I'm just gotta come and play my game. I can't answer his questions for him. So all I do is play my game, and if I win, which, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, intimidated is not the word.
Look, I've got some new plans before you try and blind my competitor here with the mic. I'm going to send this kid to the Huang Fu Shaolin temples for a couple weeks. He's going to be studying, meditating, praying, watching the Criterion Collection front to back. And when he comes back to the dungeon, he's going to bring us a championship, and you can bet on that, Merle.
I don't know if we have all that in the budget, so hopefully you've got a Patreon. Back to you guys.
Well,
yeah, strong words and a tinge of racism.
Well, it's one more thing to boo him when next time, whether he shows up at a live event or whatever it is. But the Dungeon needed that win. They really did. And you look at what Paul Oyama has done in his run here. It's impressive. You can say what you want about the guy. Yeah, is he the most likable character in the world? No, not at all. He's quite hateable. But the thing is, he's a great competitor. He really is a great competitor. He knows so much. How he knows so much at his age. He's like 22 or whatever he is. How he knows as much as he does and so much confidence. It's very rare. And honestly, it reminds me of Dan Merle, of the way that he answers questions and the knowledge that he knows. This is going to be a fight between him and Merle. It's going to be a very intense, a great fight.
Yeah, I mean, youth versus experience here. But Paul Oyama, what I like about him, yes, you said he has that intimidation factor, and he's got a little bit of the heel going for him. But I like that he respects the game, and he respects the game's history. And nobody's a bigger part of that than Dan Merle. He is woven into the fabric of the movie trivia Schmoedown, and it's going to be quite an epic clash when those two get together.
Well, yeah, it's the Dungeon versus the Horseman, and we're going to see that lead up as we get closer and closer. It's not that far away. It's going to happen in July. Dan Merle and Paul Oyama will go head-to-head to see who will be the champion. Will Dan get yet another defense, or will we see the youngest champion of all time, rising from the fan leagues just a year ago to now becoming the number one contender in a very short time, undefeated. He is 4-0 right now, 4-0. Should he do it? Should he beat Dan Merle, he would be 5-0 and the youngest champion we've ever seen. I know there will be a lot of supporters there. I know the fan leagues love the guy. He is a legend in the fan leagues, and should he beat Dan Merle, he could start his way into becoming a legend in the Schmoedown.
Hey, kid's 22 years old. When I was 22, I'd seen like 4 movies in my entire life. This guy knows a lot about a lot of different genres of movie knowledge, and I guess that's it for the collision. So thanks for watching, everybody. You can
not quite
don't
yet.
let the door hit you on the way out.
Not quite yet, Mark.
Yeah, there's
3 down, but we've got one big one
a big
left to
one,
go.
a
That
very
is
big
right.
one.
The main event is right around the corner. winner, and what a main event it is. You have the team championship on the line. You have the challengers, which is crazy to say, the challengers, the Shirewolves, the reigning Intergeekdom champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, and her partner, the legend, classy Clark Wolf. They were 6-0. They were 6-0 when they went up against the Odd Couple, the #1 contenders, and they thought, we thought, a lot of people thought that they were going to come out with that win. It did not happen. The Odd Couple won in a very close match, but because the Shirewolves defended twice, Mark, that's the main event, and that's why we're here today.
I am very excited to watch this epic clash. It's going to be a 5-rounder, kids, because, again, belts are on the line, so we're going to have buzzers, we're going to have betting, and it's going to be an epic knockout, drag them out, smash up match, closing out.
Well, you're not going to get an epic match without an epic promo from Mr. Eric, the Nerd Chronic himself. Here we go.